Welcome to Vikes Vibes Super Bowl pregame show. Unfortunately, Jaron was not able to join me today due to some health issues. So I have my wife, Taylor, on here. She did not want her camera on, so it's just audio with a picture of her up there. And a couple years ago, I actually had her on a Super Bowl pregame show, so this is her second appearance. Um, so to get into it, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, the third seed in the AFC versus the San Francisco 49ers, who are the number one seed in the NFC. And the Chiefs will be wearing their red uniforms today, and the 49ers will be in their white uniforms. And it's also a rematch of the Super Bowl 54, where these two teams actually went head to head back in 2020. So, before getting into that, is anyone out there having a big Super Bowl party? And if so, what kind of food are you going to have? And then I think Taylor was going to say what we're going to have.
We're going to have some meat and cheese and crackers. And our daughter, she requested some black olives and some green olives. And then we're going to do pulled pork sandwiches with some chips, Doritos, of course. That's a favorite around here. And I'm having surgery tomorrow, so I'm snacking all day since I won't be able to eat tomorrow.
Yeah. Was it after like 2:30 tonight, I think?
Yep, 2:30 a.m.
Yeah. And then you can't
Yep.
drink anything after 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Yeah. Um so speaking of Super Bowl 54, it's a rematch of them. Um to kind of go over that game. Before that though, I've mentioned to people about who I think will win this game, and I obviously you can see that I'm in Chiefs gear. That is my second favorite team. So, the Chiefs didn't really do very good, that well in the regular season, but like I've told a few people now that when it matters the most, the Chiefs they like flip a switch and they just figure out how to win. And going back to Super Bowl 54, that was the case there, and they did just that. So, the first half of that game, it was kind of back and forth between the Niners and the Chiefs, and it was tied 10 to 10 at halftime. And then the third quarter, San Francisco started to pull away, and Robbie Gould had a field goal. Raheem Mostert had a touchdown, giving them a 20 to 10 lead going into the fourth quarter. And then 6:13 left in the game. This is where the Chiefs flipped that switch that I was telling you about. They had two touchdown possessions, including touchdown passes from Mahomes to Kelsey and to Damian Williams, to take the lead ahead of the 2-minute warning. And then the Kansas City defense then stopped the San Francisco offense, and um, a late touchdown run by Damian Williams and an interception from Kendall Fuller sealed the game and the win for Kansas City in that game. So, like I said, it was very late in the game, but they flipped that switch and they figured it out. And I mean, I honestly, that was kind of like the beginning of the, if you want to say, Chiefs dynasty. If you want to call it a dynasty. So I was actually obviously rooting for the Chiefs in that game, and I was actually kind of worried going into that fourth quarter. They were losing. But now, we've seen how the Chiefs have been the past few years, and it's obvious that when it matters the most, they seem to figure it out. So um, that's what I think. And then the Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl 54. Um, I mean, I'm glad that Patrick Mahomes got it. I feel like Damian Williams should have gotten it, but he was 26 of 42, 286 yards in that game, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 29 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. So he got that MVP of that game. And then quarter by quarter, the scores after 1, San Francisco 3, Kansas City 7, and then in the second quarter they switched. San Francisco got a touchdown, Kansas City got a field goal. Third quarter, San Francisco outscored them 10-0, and then in the fourth quarter, Kansas City totally outscored the Niners 21-0 for a total score of 31-20. I know that George Kittle has talked to the media lately, and he said after losing the last Super Bowl, he will be back and be back with a vengeance. So we'll see how much of a vengeance that is. They do have a second year quarterback, Brock Purdy, that there's been memes flying out there. Kind of looks like a little kid posing in a San Francisco Halloween costume. But it's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes. And yeah. So going into this game, some injuries. I don't know if this is an updated list. This is as of 9:00 this morning. So for the Kansas City Chiefs, Joe Thuney, guard, he has been ruled out already. Running back Jerick McKinnon is questionable. He was on IR with that groin injury. And then Prince Tega wanna go. I don't know how to pronounce that. He has been ruled out. Looks like that's it for the Chiefs. And then for the 49ers, the only one on the list that I see is Kalia Davis, defensive tackle, and he is questionable with an ankle injury. So that's all I see on the list that I'm looking at for injuries in the Super Bowl. San Francisco are actually they're 2-point favorites in this game. That just I had it written down, but I already said it about the Chiefs just figuring it out. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is some proud dads of this game. So they're both on the 49ers team. So Mike Shanahan, he was a head coach in the NFL, won Super Bowls with the Denver Broncos. His son is Christian McCaffrey, which is the running back of the San Francisco 49ers, playing in his first Super Bowl today. And then, I'm sorry, I totally screwed that up. Kyle Shanahan is the son of Mike Shanahan. I'm sorry. So, and then with that same team, Denver Broncos, Ed McCaffrey is the dad of Christian McCaffrey. So Mike Shanahan is the dad to the Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan. Ed McCaffrey, which was a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos and won Super Bowls with them, is the dad of running back Christian McCaffrey for the Niners. So there's some proud dads in this game. It's kind of cool. When I was little, my team, I really liked the Denver Broncos with John Elway Ed McCaffrey. I remember him playing, Terrell Davis. So it was very exciting, um, and it's kind of cool to see a second generation of a coach that I grew up watching, um, is now coaching as well. So it's kind of cool, um, and yeah, I think Taylor was gonna say something about dads.
Yes, I've seen some maybe sneak peeks of a commercial that portrays a message about how Taylor Swift has helped bring football fan dads closer to their daughters. Maybe because of how the daughters are watching the Chiefs games more now, so they can get a chance to see Taylor, and it's kind of bringing the dads and them closer, watching it together and cheering for the same team.
Yeah, yeah, you showed me that on TikTok the other day, and it was kind of cool, and it kind of made me think about, um, you know, our in there. I thought about, you know, me and our daughter Bristol. So, um, it just, um, she's not to the age where is she really watches the games, but she gets into it, every time she hears Justin Jefferson's name. She's, oh, Justin Jefferson. So I'm hoping, in that case, I'm hoping to, kind of do that, through football, I guess, something that I enjoy, and kind of share it with my daughter, and have a bond like that, which would be very cool. Um, so going to the halftime show, it's going to be Usher. It's pretty sweet. I grew up watching, and listening to Usher. Um, there's been a lot of rumors of who is going to join him, uh, guest appearing, and there's been rumors that it'll be Little John, it'll be Ludacris, maybe, Justin Bieber, Alicia Keys. Um, I know my wife, would love to see Justin Bieber, and I think she was gonna say something on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping to see Justin Bieber. I was a big fan when I was younger of Justin Bieber, so and I did hear talk about Alicia Keys making an appearance too.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm hoping for Ludacris and Little John, just because, um, the song "Yeah" by Usher, which was, my best friend Jaren's, um, entry song when us the wedding party entered the reception. So that song will always, after that, will always kind of stick with me and have, a special spot, as a memory, as, for Jaren's wedding. But that's one of my favorite Usher songs, is "Yeah." So I'm hoping that, those two guys are gonna, uh, join him, and do that song. So I'm excited for that. Um, and then going to Taylor Swift, um, you know what, we were gonna mention that eventually. um, Anyone can comment out there. How many times do you think they're gonna show Taylor Swift, either throughout the whole game or during the halftime show? I couldn't really think of a number. During the halftime show, I just kind of put it out there as 3 times. But I think,
I think I think that they'll show her every time that Travis makes a play. But I guess I didn't really think about the halftime show or any specific numbers.
yeah, I mean, It's the halftime show. So, Rodney is chiming in, Taylor's uncle, and he said 32 times. Oh, and Amy, Taylor's aunt, said 15. So that is cool. Thank you guys for watching. So I mean, I think it's cool. Um, the halftime, it's Usher, so I feel like they shouldn't be really focusing on Taylor Swift. But
They'll probably show
I
some reactions.
yeah. So I guess I might kind of pay attention to how many times they show her at during the halftime show, just because I'm curious. Um, and speaking of Taylor Swift, I don't know if you guys can see, but my microphone's in the way. But I have my chain that says Taylor, which I actually got because my wife's name is Taylor. But I felt that it was needed to wear it today for my wife, as long with Taylor Swift. It kind of just fits. So I had to wear it today. Too bad I didn't have Travis Kelce jersey. All I got is Patrick Mahomes, but it'll work. So kind of a break in the show here. Vites Vibes here. We actually got our first sponsor of the show, which is right at the bottom of the screen here. It's Dubby, which is an energy drink. If you're looking for a new energy drink with focus, without the jitters or crash, Dubby is where it's at. And you can go to dubby.gg and use the code word Vites Vibes for 10% off of your purchase. So go check out W at W.gg. So before I get into asking about who's going to win, I'll ask you guys who will be the unsung hero of the game. And I've noticed that every year almost there's always this unsung hero. Last year it was the Nick Bolton, I believe. Previous years, the Malcolm Butler interception in the end zone, Bruce Irvin. So my pick for this one, I was stuck between Mike Dana and Leo Chenal, but I gave it to linebacker Leo Chenal of the Kansas City Chiefs. And who gets MVP? It's they focus more on the quarterbacks for this, and I think that regardless, I do believe it's going to be a quarterback. I'm going to pick Patrick Mahomes. But at a close second, I'll say Isaiah Pacheco. So if anyone, any of the watchers out there want to comment, I know that it looks like Rodney is cheering for the 49ers. So I'll get into who wins. Who do you think will win, and what is your score prediction? My score prediction is Kansas City will win 34-28. So you can let us know what you think, and then another question was who will have the biggest difference in this game, Chris Jones or Nick Bosa? I didn't really. I wrote down this question, but I didn't really have a real answer. I mean, it's really hard. I want to say Chris Jones, but I think Nick Bosa, but I still think the Chiefs will win. Then Brent, he got his. He said 49ers 38-26. So, all right. Well, thanks Brent for for tapping in. So at the end of the game, they always pour the Gatorade on the coach. So it's kind of a fun question to ask. What do you guys think? What color Gatorade will be dumped on the winning head coach? I went with red, since there's 2 red teams in the Super Bowl.
I picked orange because when I did some Googling, it says that orange hasn't been used since the Chiefs won the last time a couple years ago. So it's been blue or purple
Oh,
since then. So yeah, I picked orange.
all right. Rodney picked yellow. And I believe the last pregame show that you did with me, it was the Super Bowl with the Rams and the Bengals, and I don't remember. One of us actually got it right. I think one of us picked blue and one of us picked yellow, and one of us was right. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah. And then Rodney said 49ers 30-17. That's a pretty steep score there, Rodney. You think the 49ers are just gonna womp on the Chiefs? I don't know.
I feel like a lot of the listeners and our family too is picking the 49ers to win.
Yeah, there's a lot of people picking the 49ers, but I don't know. And Rodney is pretty confident. He said I should be right on all my answers. I guess we'll see. All right. Well, that's all I have for the pregame show. I thought I was going to take up a little more time, but anyone watching, is there any questions that you want to ask us?
I was gonna say too, I'll pick a winner. I want it to be the Chiefs. But our daughter Bristol is cheering very hard for the 49ers. Anytime you ask her, it's 49ers. They're winning. Yep, 49ers. So, although I want it to be the Chiefs, I am thinking it's going to be the 49ers as well.
Yeah, and I don't really know why she is picking the 49ers. I honestly, the only thing I can think of is it's fun to say, I guess. 49ers. Like, yeah, 49ers. That's what she's saying. Like, I don't know. Rodney said Skull Vikings. Yeah. Yes, Skull Vikings. I wish we were in this game today, but hey, there's always next year, right, Rodney? All right. Well, is there anything else you want to say, Taylor, before the big game? Anyone want to comment, ask questions, or anything before we take off here?
I guess I don't really have anything else. I don't really know a whole lot about football, so I don't
Right.
get to talk as much as you without the knowledge, but
Yeah, I still had to write down notes just so I'm not all over the place and stuff. So
me too.
yeah, she was like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Can you write me a script?" And it's like I don't know. Like on these shows, it's just kind of I go with the flow, I guess. And sometimes that it sucks because I sit here and I don't know what to say. And yeah, Rodney said, Taylor, the one guy passes the ball and the other guy catches the ball.
I do got that much. Before I met DJ, 6-7 years ago, I was not into football. I had no idea about nothing. I knew there was Vikings. I knew there was Packers. and I knew there was a whole bunch of other teams. But now that I know DJ and he watches football every Sunday and all the other days too, I know a little bit more. I don't know terms or anything, and I probably ask DJ 100 questions every time I watch it with him, but I'm learning and I'll get there eventually.
We're gonna play like we did when we were about to shoot.
And here's our little daughter, Bristol. Can you say hi? Rodney's watching. Uncle Rodney and Auntie Amy. Do you want to say hi?
Rodney.
There, you can't see him. Oh, Rodney said hi, Bristol.
I didn't hear him.
He said it right there.
Ask Bristol who she wants to win.
Bristol, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Chiefs or the 49ers?
49ers.
What color do you think the Gatorade dump will be when they pour it on the coach? What color?
Blue.
Blue? Okay. Amy said, "Hi, sweetheart." Aw. Say hi, Auntie Amy.
Can we even call Mom on here?
Mommy's in the other room.
What other room?
In your room.
Oh.
Oh.
Going back to Taylor Swift too, I feel like with Taylor Swift and the Kelsey Brothers podcast, I've kind of gotten more into the Chiefs and and them because I'm always seeing them on TikTok, and I'm always coming home and telling DJ, "Oh, did you see the Kelsey's Brothers TikTok? Did you hear what they said?" And so that's pretty cool.
Peggy Johnson said Super Bowl pregame. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani just sang the worst sounding song that I've ever heard him sing. Go Kansas City. But I must have. I mean, obviously we missed it if they performed because we're doing the show here. But sounds like we didn't really miss much if it was bad. And then Bailey, Auntie B, for our daughter Bristol, said hi, BB. It's one of her nicknames. I think Bristol must have went in the room with Taylor. So, yeah. Before we take off here, is there anything else? We kind of had a little conversation with the crowd there. I know Brent, he chimed in a little while ago and put laughing cry faces. So I appreciate some people tapping in. Rodney, Amy, Brent, Peggy, Bailey. And I don't know for sure. I might try to do a yes, Brent. I was just getting there after game show. I possibly I can try to do that. We do have to wake up early in the morning, like Taylor said. She has some surgery, not really serious or anything. It's parathyroid, so but we do have to wake up early. But yeah, I do kind of want to try to do an after game show. So stay tuned and possibly tap in for that and join the conversation.
Maybe Brent wants to be on the show.
Yeah, I mean, Brent, I can send you a link and you can join the show if you want. I know Brent's not really a football guy, but Brent sent I don't know what face that is, but I don't think that Brent would really go for that. He's probably like, no, I don't think so. But if you do, Brent, hit me up. All you gotta do is send you a link, and you click the link, and you just type your name in and click join, and you can do it right on your phone. Or anyone for that matter. Rodney's a
Amy.
football guy. Amy, yeah, if you want to, but Rodney knows football. So, all right. Well, we're going to take off. Everyone enjoy the game. And I will definitely try to get on here after the game for a post-game show. So
One more thing. If anyone counts how many times Taylor Swift was shown during the game and the halftime, comment it on here so we can see that answer too.
Yeah, even after we're done going live, you can continue to comment on here your predictions and just anything. So feel free. And yeah, if don't have anything else, we're gonna get ready for the game here in about an hour, and I will definitely try to get on here after the game for a little bit of a post-game show. So please join for that. I'll try and post if I'm going to do that or not, or it might be just a spur of the moment thing where it's just like, okay, I'm going to do it. Let's get on. Let's go. So yeah.
What time does the game get over? About?
I don't really know. The Super Bowl always takes a little longer than a regular game just because it's the longer halftime and stuff like that. So
I'll probably be sleeping.
I mean, it starts a little earlier too, so it starts at 5:30 our time, Central Time. So, I'll probably say, I'm just gonna throw a time out there like 10 o'clock, maybe. I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what time it gets over, and yeah, I definitely do want to try and do a show afterwards. So. All right. Well, everyone enjoy the game and come back for the post game show if I have one. And everyone, thank you for tuning in. See you later.